did you first meet Adam Patton?
He came to a house party at mine, sat on the stairs, spent most of his time wondering what the hell was going on with the family cat. Granted, the family cat was a little unusual.
I think he kicked me in the leg playing football.
At college, spent a lot of time raving. My college education ended up in not much really. U's, D's, couple of E's.
In the dark down Ladybridge Lane up to no good.
Growing up on the mean streets of Ladybridge.
I first remember meeting Adam Patton at the same party at Dave's at Junction Road. At first I thought he'd turned up with his dad and his uncle, but I later realised that was Matt and Biff, but that's a different story.
What is your earliest memory of Adam?
Pinching his girlfriend when he went to Australia.
When he borrowed a skateboard from my neighbour's sister, painted it with Bad Dan's board and sold it to me for £5.
His chavvy checked Burberry cagoule. I suppose it was fashionable at the time.
At North College, really. We weren't in any of the same classes, and we weren't in the same year, to be honest with you. But we were both members of the Forest Social Club that seems to take place a lot.
I think it was a Wednesday night. I was going for a walk around the Rockery Gardens at Mossbank Park. Adam was searching for something in a pond with a couple of friends. Not sure to this day what.
Going into town on a Saturday, with all the lads and admiring the ladies. Admiring is the best and most appropriate word to use under the circumstances.
How would you describe your friendship with Adam Patton?
Interesting.
Philosophical, inspirational, and brotherly.
Close.
Solid.
Very intimate and technical. Basically, it consists of me asking him a lot of computer-related questions that I don't know the answer to, and asking him what would be a good transfers for my football team this week. But going off his league position this season, I've not really asked him that much. As for the intimate part, I can't say too much more on that.
He's like an older brother.
Describe Adam Patton in one word.
Sharp.
Quick-witted, although he'd probably pull me up on that and say that's 2 words.
Driven.
Committee.
Indecisive.
Did you not hear me?
What is the most interesting situation you have been in with Adam Patton?
Hands down, almost being kidnapped by an Islamic fundamentalist at 5 a.m. in Dean.
The time I had to help him load up a transit van in the middle of the day to make a flit that would have made Dynamo proud. And now I think about it, we probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that.
In Ibiza, travelling across from San Antonio to Ibiza town. We're in a taxi with 2 Dutch guys, Ralph and Martijn. Ralph was a porn entrepreneur who'd made his money in the porn industry. He'd got very friendly with Chappnell that evening.
Trying to keep him stood up straight on the way through customs in Ibiza.
Sat in his front room with a poo on some cling film, placed on a plate, situated on his coffee table, looking at us both, ready for being placed inside a McDonald's food bag. Please don't ask what the plan was here.
What is the funniest thing Adam Patton told you?
He once told me that he'd told his ex-girlfriend that his penis grew an inch every year on his birthday. He was 20 at the time, so I think you can do the maths yourself.
Funniest thing I could never repeat. Ask me the second funniest thing and maybe we'll get somewhere.
Doorstep, Junction Road. Tim, I've just followed through.
It was the time that he was in our apartment on the balcony in the dark, and Nick Blythe came in, flexing his guns in the reflection in the window, totally unaware that Adam was stood behind, wetting himself.
After being dressed as a Smurf at a fancy dress party, we went back to Adam's to carry on the fun drinking some beers. Anyway, the next day I called him up, and he proceeded to tell me how he awoke the next day to find himself half naked in his back garden with blue body paint all over the house.
What is the most embarrassing situation you have been in with Adam Patton?
Dave's stag do, double bed instead of 2 singles. I think the less said about that, the better.
do you know what? I really struggle with this, and there's just far too many to mention, and I don't know where to start. So I'll probably not say anything because I like to live.
Similar situation when we was about 25, where we got banned from being on the buzzes for a while.
On a beach in San Antonio, when he just upped and announced that they call him the horse.
Let's just say the Adam Patton form of retribution. Pants down, car bonnet, definitely wasn't bird poo.
What is your fondest memory of Adam Patton?
When he was tendering to my head, I dived into the sea onto the rocks to save his new phone, and I cut my head open, and he spent about an hour just making sure it was okay, it stopped bleeding.
A picture taken in his front room of us both working on Reflection, which was us putting together a mixed CD of some old school classics.
The simple days of playing champ manager in Willow's Close, and me coming up with some outstanding football chants which never quite made it to the terraces for some reason.
Stealing his girlfriend when he went to Australia.
The best man speech he delivered at my wedding, even with the embarrassing pictures.
All my memories of Adam are fond, but especially seeing him with my son, Joshua.
Congratulations!